Classmates, today we are going to learn the cultivation techniques of Honey King Jujube, a famous and special fruit tree. There is a very crucial task in the planting process, which is the water and fertilizer management of Honey King Jujube. This is the key to achieving high yield. In this lesson, we'll learn the irrigation and fertilization techniques for Honey King Jujube. To begin with, let's learn about the biological characteristics of Honey King Jujube. The Honey King Jujube is native to tropical areas and demonstrates wide soil adaptability. It is drought-tolerant, thrives in poor soils, and can withstand high temperatures, but is sensitive to waterlogging and intolerant to extreme cold. Based on years of observation since its introduction at our institute, its crown can reach 2 to 3 meters in diameter within the first year, and each tree yields 10 to 15 kilograms of fruit. From the second year onward, the plants enter peak fruiting period, with each tree yielding 35 to 50 kilograms, and an average per mu productivity reaching 2,000 kilograms. As a tropical fruit variety, Honey King Jujube exhibits strong heat tolerance but cold sensitivity. Moreover, due to its rapid growth, high yield, and early abundance, it has a relatively high demand for water and fertilizer. So, what are the key techniques for its water and fertilizer management? First, the application of base fertilizer before planting. Apply 25 kilograms of well-rotted organic fertilizer per plant before planting. Backfill the soil to a height of about 20 centimeters above the ground. Water thoroughly to ensure the roots are well settled. Second, the water and fertilizer management before flowering. In combination with manual weeding around mid-February, apply 15 kilograms of well-rotted organic fertilizer per plant. The second application is in July for promoting branch growth, applying 25 grams of potassium phosphate and 80 to 100 g of borax per plant. Every 10 days, spray with a solution of 0.2% urea, 0.2% monopotassium phosphate, and 0.2% borax. This is a period of rapid plant growth, and it is particularly important to ensure proper water and fertilizer management, especially in the first year, which is the nutritional foundation for high yield. In the second half of the year, especially after August when the plants enter the flower bud differentiation stage, scientific fertilization is even more crucial. It is recommended to apply fruit protection fertilizer for the third time. In August to September, apply 500 grams of compound fertilizer and 500 grams of potassium sulfate per plant. The fourth fertilization should be carried out at the end of October using fruit strengthening fertilizer. Apply 1 kilogram of compound fertilizer per plant. The water management measures are as follows. From February to June, it is better to keep the soil moist. Water the plants once every 1 to 2 days. Maintain the relative humidity at around 85%. The soil tends to be dry from July to September, so it is advisable to irrigate once every 10 to 15 days. The water supply for Honey King Jujube must be sufficient, so that the trees are robust and healthy, and to lay a foundation for a bountiful harvest. Among them, there is one issue that needs special attention, which is the water management in the later period of fruiting. When the fruits are harvested, the soil should be kept moderately dry, and the relative humidity of the air should be controlled at 75% to 80%. This helps ensure the formation and accumulation of higher sugar content in the fruits, which is an important indicator of high-quality fruit. In terms of water management, overall, it is to keep the soil moist. Any unevenness in water supply, especially during flowering and fruit-setting stages, can easily cause a large number of fruits to drop. Therefore, we need to pay attention that the orchard should not have long-term waterlogging. We can dig a ditch in the middle of the orchard for drainage. We must take this issue seriously. Otherwise, it can easily lead to poor tree growth. Another issue also needs attention. That is, the supply of nutrients needs to be balanced. When planting green jujube, we need to frequently apply water and fertilizer to ensure the trees have sufficient nutrients. Generally, after planting, we need to apply fertilizer and water once a week to promote survival. After the plants have taken root, for each tree, we need to apply fertilizer containing a certain amount of nitrogen and cover the soil every week. During the fruiting period, we need to increase the amount of fertilizer applied to ensure the growth of the fruit size and the accumulation of sweetness. Classmates, after the first batch of flowers and fruits of Honey King Jujube start to mature, to promote the enlargement of fruits in the middle and late stages, the water and fertilizer requirements of the plants are extremely high, especially for nitrogen, calcium, and magnesium. Therefore, when fertilizing, attention should also be paid to maintaining trace nutrients such as magnesium, calcium, and boron. These nutrients not only promote fruit growth and enlargement, but also enhance the plant's disease resistance and reduce the likelihood of pest and disease infestation. In addition to scientifically applying fertilizer to the soil, a management method different from other fruit trees is to pay special attention to the application of foliar fertilizer. The specific requirements are as follows. In the middle and late stages of plant growth, the root absorption capacity weakens and cannot meet the demands for fruit development and new shoot emergence. It is crucial to promptly apply foliar fertilizers. In the fruit strengthening period, we can apply 1 bag of Jujube whole leaf fertilizer per mu through soil drenching, while simultaneously spraying 2 to 3 times with a 1000 times dilution of Jujube nalbigene as a foliar fertilizer. Additionally, to enhance cold resistance in winter, we can apply 1 bag of Jujube whole leaf pesticide per mu to increase ground temperature by 3 to 5 degrees Celsius, and spray 1 to 2 times with a 1000 times dilution of Jujube jindian as a foliar spray to prevent freezing and other damages. The above are the common water and fertilizer management methods. You can study and understand these methods carefully. Moreover, I'd like to remind you of the following points to note. The root system of the green jujube plant is well developed, and most of the roots are distributed in the shallow soil layer, with a strong ability to absorb fertilizer. The amount of fertilizer needed at each stage is large. However, the types of fertilizer are different. Therefore, the fertilization management of green jujube cannot be taken lightly. We should supply fertilizer according to the needs of the plant at each stage. Lastly, I would like to remind everyone to focus on the application of fruit enlargement fertilizer and the preservation of flowers and fruits. Green jujube grows rapidly. The fertilizer requirement of adult trees increases significantly. To improve fruit quality, fertilization should primarily focus on organic fertilizer, supplemented with an appropriate amount of chemical fertilizer and micro-fertilizer, based on tree vigor, soil fertility, and the nutritional status of the tree. Adjust the types of fertilizer, application methods, and quantities. Let's now conduct a simple analysis of the planting prospects of Honey King Jujube. Its planting is simple, with low investment, high yield, and easy storage. Generally, as long as the saplings are well managed in the first year, there will be less need for management in the later stages, and the yield is stable every year. If managed properly, the yield will also increase. Therefore, considering the market prices in the past, the planting benefits of green jujube are still quite good. At the same time, green jujube can be preserved for more than 10 days at room temperature. It can be preserved for about a month under low temperature conditions. Therefore, there is no problem in selling it to other provinces. Currently, green jujube is very popular in the market. Its price green is relatively affordable. The prices in different regions may vary, but generally it is around 3 to 5 yuan per 500 grams. In addition, the investment required for green jujube is relatively small. Its planting process is also quite simple. The average yield per mu is around 3,000 kilograms. So the planting prospects for green jujube are still promising. For those who want to plant, you can go and investigate the market in advance. Classmates, Today, we learned the water and fertilizer management techniques for Honey King Jujube and understand the key points of scientific water management and water and fertilizer management. Through this lesson, we have not only learned agricultural knowledge, but also realized the importance of hard work and wisdom in agricultural production. I hope everyone can apply the knowledge learned to practice and contribute to the rural revitalization of the countryside. Let's adopt a scientific attitude and a pragmatic spirit to jointly promote high-quality agricultural development. That's all for today's lesson. Goodbye.